Hello and welcome to MJ Drama Life. I am your host, MJ. Thank you for joining me, and this is episode one. So, what is this YouTube channel about? What is episode one about? Well, I want to again thank you for joining me, and I will get into that in a second. But first, I want to let you know that me and my two K-pop besties, Amber and Amy, have started a podcast. Yes, a podcast, K-pop podcast, mind you, called A3 Nunas. We drop a new episode every Thursday, and we upload it here on YouTube and other podcast platforms like Spotify. So check us out. So here we are in my first episode, and what is MJ Drama Life? Well, MJ Drama Life has to do with anything of K dramas, Asian television, and we'll sprinkle in K pop and things like that. So today's episode, I just want to introduce myself. Hi, I'm MJ, and to tell you what my channel is about, what is going to be different about my channel, what I'm going to share with you, and I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of how I got into K dramas. So, if you like what I'm going to be telling you today in this video, please don't hesitate to like the video, give it a thumbs up. And after you watch this video, if you want to know more and see more, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, okay? And again, I'm going to link all my social media below so you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't have a TikTok yet for MJ Drama Life, but maybe soon I will. And also, I do have a website you can go to, and I will explain to you what that website is about. But first, I'm going to introduce you who I am and give you a little brief description of what this channel is about. Okay, so what is this channel going to be about? Well, I'm going to share with you my love of K-dramas, Asian television, and K-pop. I'm going to share it with you through different mediums, um, from K-drama reviews. That's going to be the base of this channel, and we're going to build up on that. Also, I will do reaction videos, but I have a different idea how to do reaction videos than just a traditional one. Also, I will talk about K-pop news, K-pop music, and also what I want to do is just discuss from a older person standpoint, who's an older K-pop stan, my opinions and of certain K-pop things, K-pop trends, and things like that, and about dramas and things like that. So before I go into more about what the channel is going to be like, I'm just going to tell you how my journey into K-pop and K-dramas. So, how did I get into K dramas and K pop? Well, you can thank my mom for that, literally introducing me to it. My mom was in the military, and when I was a teenager, of course, um, let me rephrase that. Of course, when my mom was in the military, that was her career. And being a military child, or as they call us, military brats, you moved every 2, 4, 6 years, or whenever your parents get new orders. So at the end of my first semester, my freshman year in high school, I was told by my mother that we were going to go to South Korea. Of course, I was very disappointed at the fact that I am leaving, a school where I just established myself, where now I got to be the new kid again and not just, the new kid in 10th grade, but, I just started high school, you know. So I moved over there and at first didn't like it as much because when you're a teenager, you don't like anything really new in a sense, especially when it's not something that you wanted, so you don't like it. But I, in turn, started to love it, and I was introduced to K pop. I was introduced to first generation K pop, which sort of explains my age a little bit. And I enjoyed it. Now, I wasn't a heavy stand or anything like that, or a big fan, but it was something that I liked. However, with anything with the military, things end, and of course, I had to move. So I spent 2 years there, my sophomore year and my junior year of high school, and then I moved to the South for my senior year of high school. And where I lived at in Georgia, there was no K pop, no K dramas really. So I did keep up with it a little bit with people who I kept in touch with who I met in Korea during that time. But pretty much K pop and K dramas died. I didn't really listen to it, really didn't get into it. And, I was into, hip hop, rap, whatever I could get my hands on. I loved it. And it wasn't until, I don't know, it was about to 9 years later, maybe 10 years later, that I really got into K-pop. So fast forward to 2006, where I participated in the Disney College program. Yes, I don't know if I'm telling my age with that, but maybe. But yeah, I graduated college, went in there, program. I enjoyed it. And when I was working there, I got a chance to meet a cast member who was from South Korea. And just through our discussion, we started talking about K pop and it piqued my interest. So again, I wasn't really into it. I mean, I did look into it during that time and started getting a little bit into it, but it wasn't until really into 2007 when I moved to North Carolina and I got a job working in a hotel and I met a coworker who was from the Philippines and she started talking to me about K-pop. We got into a discussion about living overseas and different things, and that's how we got into K-pop. She even showed me some new K-pop groups and everything. So that started my journey back into K-pop. So the first groups that I was standing at that time was Big Bang, Wonder Girls, and Rain. So it was amazing. It was great. I love it. But again, I wasn't watching this about 90% of the time. So back then, it was not as easy to get, new K-pop information and stuff, but it was changing. So I was able to watch different videos, listen to music, upload music on my iPod and everything. And then what changed a little bit was sort of about when 2008, 2009 came around, mainly 2009. So how did I get into K-dramas? Because I was talking everything about K-pop, but I can thank K-pop that got me K-dramas. So as I mentioned, Rain was one of the actors that, sorry, was one of the K-pop idols that I love so much. I loved him because I compared him to Usher. That I found out he was an actor. So start looking more into his TV shows and dramas that he did. So that's how I came around the drama Full House. And that was my first drama I watched and I fell in love. So I started looking for more. So this was around the time that K drama fever came about and I was ecstatic because now I get to pay a nice little monthly fee and I can watch dramas all the time. And so that sort of got me hooked onto K dramas because of Drama Fever. And I watch dramas pretty much once a month. I will find a drama, one or two, watch them, and that's also how I got into variety shows because Drama Fever had 2 days and one night, and I think it was during the second season they started airing. So I wanted to start watching from the first season. So lucky enough, around that time on YouTube or third-party website, they had the whole season. So I started watching that. I got into Running Man around that time, and I started watching that. And then it just went down. It was a rabbit hole. I was hooked. I was pretty much about a 80% K drama, K pop fanatic. So, me moving again around 2012, 2013, that's how I became about a 90% to 100% K drama, K pop fanatic. I moved to Missouri with my now husband. Then he wasn't my husband, but with my now husband. And Missouri just wasn't for me, to each their own. And I think at that time, and I didn't realize this till one of my K-pop pen pals asked me this question: when do you find BTS? And I literally found BTS around that time when I lived in Missouri. And I realized that's probably why I embraced myself. Because I did feel a little out of place in Missouri. I didn't feel like it was home. I did love the friends I met during that time and everything and the experiences I got, but I still felt out of place. It didn't seem like it was enough diversity for me. Not saying for anybody else, but for me. And I just felt like, So I think at that time, K-pop and K-dramas helped me out and helped me feel good. It comforted me at the times when I felt like I was alone, felt like, who do I talk to about the stuff? And I try to share K-drama and K-pop with people. And, it wasn't like it didn't go over well, but there wasn't many K-pop and K-drama fans where I was living at. So that got me immersed in it. And then what else also solidified it was when I finally got my first K-pop merch, which was the Big Bang Light Stick, which do I still have it? Yeah, it's probably somewhere down here, which can't really reach it. But that was my first piece of merch that I bought because I was so heavily into Big Bang. And then I went to KCON. KCON in New York. I remember when it came over to New York in 2015 and I went to my first K-pop concert. KCON New York was my first K-pop concert. I said, I gotta go to another one of these. I went to KCON New York alone. It was just me, but going up there, I was able to spend time with my family because I have family in Jersey and in that area, and it was fun. So that's also when I first got my first taste of K-pop merch. Now that got me into collecting, as you see back here and everything like that about collecting merch. And that was it. And then when I moved back to North Carolina in about 2016, been here ever since. I at that time was watching 90% of my television I was watching was Korean or Asian television. And about 90% of the music that I listen to is Korean music. I do branch out to C pop and J pop, but I still listen to popular music. If I find something that I like, I still listen to it. Or old school music, from the 90s, hip hop and R&B. Still listen to it and everything. And K dramas has become my life. It's sort of like my comfort zone, and it makes me feel good. So yeah, that is my story. That's a little bit about me. So now I'm going to explain to you, what does my channel have to offer. So what does my channel have to offer, and what is going to be different about my channel? Well, to me, I think what's going to be different is, like I said, the base of my channel is K-drama reviews. So I will be putting out K-drama reviews. I will try to get them out once a week. Um, I will upload videos on every Sunday, and then probably throw a K drama review up in there either another day or on a Sunday. That's the foundation. But what's going to make it different is the way I do reaction videos. I am going to do that. I also going to share my love for K dramas and K pop through other different mediums. One of them is probably a little bit of unboxings, but I'm going to call them do it a different way. I'll explain that once I upload a video and everything, just like I'm going to do reaction videos a whole different way. Also, I'm going to do something called K-Pop K-Drama University. There's a lot of people who are interested in K-dramas or how to get into K-pop, or want to know, why do people like this stuff so much. So through K-Drama K-Pop University 101, I will share from my experience, certain things, certain knowledge about K dramas and K pop. Now, in no means I am a guru, in no means do I know everything. It's just from my experience, I call myself a novice expert. And why do I call myself a novice expert? Because I'm an expert in years, as I explain about how I got into this. It's a lot of years behind me, and I know a good amount of stuff. But I'm a novice when it comes to a lot of things into the K-pop and K-drama world. Like, I don't know all the stories that are connected or the universes with different K-pop idol groups based on their videos. I don't know a lot about the fandom wars. And another thing is learning all the members' names in groups. There's certain groups that I know all the members' names, other groups I do not. Part of the reason I do have a hard time, which I think a good amount of people do, but for me, I have a hard time with pronunciation. I have a hard time pronouncing English words. English is my first language. I even had to go to speech therapy when I was a kid. So sometimes I don't think I tried to remember them because I don't want to butcher their name. So I butcher their names. So it's like, eh. So that's when I say I'm a novice. There's a lot of things that I don't know, like certain backstories and stuff like that. But I will go find it. Another thing is, somehow I love K dramas, but from the likes of me, I don't know why I cannot remember the actors' names in the dramas. I can remember idol groups, members' names, especially when I get into them. But for some reason, a lot of actors in K dramas haven't stuck. So I don't know why that is. So we're gonna dive into that. Also, what my channel is gonna offer is to have open discussion about some things that are a little serious. K-pop, K-drama, and being in this whole fandom and world has a ton of positive things. But with anything, there are negative things, cons. And I think being a black K-pop fan or black K-drama fan, a lot of things that are negative that we see comes on the back of us, meaning certain stereotypes that K-dramas sit up here and perpetuate based on how they dress their actors. There was already not too long ago a scandal with Penthouse season 3 where a character who is supposed to be portrayed as a gangster and aggressive, they used an image that perpetuates certain stereotypes about black people that make black people seem aggressive, thuggish, and it didn't go over well at all. It was bad. It was really bad. But, things like that. Also, cultural appropriation, I do want to talk about a little bit in my viewpoint on it. And the one thing when it comes to talking about that, everybody has different viewpoints on certain things. When it comes to cultural appropriation, or things when it comes to race in the Korean entertainment, but I don't want to disrespect anybody or sit there and put anybody's opinions off. So my opinion may be different from somebody else's. So when we have these conversations, just remember it's coming from my point of view. It's not coming from every black person out there. I don't represent every black K-pop fan or every K-pop drama fan. I'm just sharing from my point of view. And there might be other people who feel the same, and we can have that dialogue and discussion, openly and freely, and be objective with each other. Love for K dramas and K pop is I'm going to try to get into a little bit of K pop journaling. Yes, I notice a lot of little things, but I think me sitting up here and just taking the time and having a nice little conversation, K pop journal with me, and let's talk about what K pop news, let's talk about a new album release, and sit there and do something in a way that is a little de stressing, like to de stress or to just because sometimes being a K-pop fan is stressful, and I think that would be nice. Also, want to talk about collecting K-pop merch and everything. That'll be part of K-pop 101. And so that's why I think my channel is gonna be different. Like I said, the foundation is K-drama reviews and everything, and then we're gonna have little subsets that come with being a K-pop, K-drama fan that I'm gonna offer on this channel. And I'm gonna offer two of the things in a different way. I'm gonna offer drama reviews, sorry, not drama reviews, but reaction in a different way. And I'm also going to offer how to unbox merch and show merch in a little bit of different way. You got to think outside the box, but I'll explain that all to you once we get to it. Let's see, is there anything else that I can discuss? Pretty much this is it. I don't think there's anything else if you have. So there isn't really much more. This video is going to be very short. It was just mainly to introduce myself. Hi again, MJ, and to give you a little background about why I love this. Oh, why am I doing this channel? Like I said, the main reason is to share my love, and hopefully for those who question why do people, especially older people, why do black people love K-pop, to explain that and to share that experience with you guys and maybe open up the door for people who may not understand this, or if you are just starting to get into K-pop, hi, welcome to this lovely world, or K-dramas, because some people who like K-dramas don't like K-pop, and some people like K-pop don't really watch K-dramas, which is good. So if you're new to this whole world, welcome, and I hope I can help you navigate that world and give you a safe space. So yeah, that is it. I want to thank you for watching. And like I said, if you like what you heard in this little brief video, thank you. I'm not trying to make it too long because it's just a little intro. Um, and if you like what you saw in this video, if you are ready to dive into K-pop and K-dramas, please subscribe. Also, I do have my website. Go visit it. And also I do have Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So please just drop me some suggestions on some things you want to talk about. So our next episode here, I'm probably going to talk about, and thank you again for joining me for this video. Like I said, it was just an introduction to what I'm going to offer. So my next video, I'm probably going to be talking about competition shows. I want to dive deep in it because I want to explain to you why I want to explain to you how the process of how Korea picks their idols, and competition shows is one of the way. Also, I'm going to do my first drama review, so look forward to that. And I believe it's going to be the review on Taxi Driver, and SBS drama that just ended about a couple of weeks ago. So look forward to that. So again, thank you for joining me. I know I'm all over the place. Hopefully I will get better. No, I definitely will get better. We're not going to sit there and put that out there. We're going to put out good vibes. And thank you for joining me. And if you like what you saw, please subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up and hit that notification bell. I know I'm new and awkward, but I do appreciate you joining me for this little introduction. And I hope we can be really good K-pop, K-drama friends. So, and we appreciate you stopping by. Again, see you next Sunday. And instead of sparking drama, why don't you watch one? A K-drama, that is. Bye.